every day and night, every night and day. I wanna love your body, girl, in every single way. Every day and night, every night and day. I wanna love your body, girl, in every single way. We have to tell it and we're getting it on. Baby girl, tell me what you wanna do. Yeah, right. We can stuff on the bed, bath and beyond. Baby girl, tell me what you into. Yeah. Cause every day and night, every night and day, I wanna love your body, girl, in every single way. Every day and night, every night and day, I wanna love your body, girl, in every single way. Forever, my lady, like Jodeci. You say your body keep controlling me, and I'm trying to get it popping like it's ecstasy. But your body should stay close to me. We gon' get it poppin', we gon' get it poppin' and soaking wet, fuck around. Got your girls, man, they all upset. Where you at? Where you at? Where you been spending time? Got a man, I always hit you up, but you not around. I be your not a man, I hit you up on the phone. I'm head down to pick you up, baby girl, when you all alone. I wanna call you up, but I can't do that shit. Come over here, baby, you the one I'm rolling with. You the one I'm fooling with. I spend the hours, 1,000 flowers and tuna fish. Baby girl, you the only one that I'm dealing with. I swear to God, the MC Hammer catch you too legit. And didn't know that you my mama mia. Baby girl, you picture perfect like the Mona Lisa. Take you out to France, do it a little dance. Telling me that you love me, you posting it on the gram. And didn't know that you my mama mia. Baby girl, you picture perfect like the Mona Lisa. Take you out to France, do it a little dance. Telling me that you love me, you posting it on the gram. Baby girl, I got plans for you. Better yet, I made plans for two. Take your time, let me admire you. And baby girl, we get it poppin' like we supposed to do. We can stop from the stairs, girl, I promise an hour. After we done with charades, we can jump in the shower. I'll tell the world that it's yours, baby girl, that is ours. Anything that you need in life, baby, I got you. Baby girl, you the one, boo. Cause you the be the one when time gets tough, I turn to. Girl, I really love and I do admire you. You the one that I need. Baby girl, you the one, boo. Cause you the be the one when time gets tough, I turn to. Girl, I really love and I do admire you. You the one that I need. Every day and night, every night and day, I wanna love your body, girl, in every single way. Every day and night, every night and day, I wanna love your body, girl, in every single way. We have to tell it and we're getting it on. Baby girl, tell me what you wanna do. Yeah, right. We can stuff on the bed, bath and beyond. Baby girl, tell me what you into. Yeah, cause every day and night, every night and day, I wanna love your body, girl, in every single way. Every day and night, every night and day, I wanna love your body, girl, in every single way.
Your good news that I bad news, so yeah. Your negative are your positive, man. Whoa. When you win it, they get facts, so when you doing bad, then they love you. Yeah. I will shine on my haters. Hit my reflex on my enemies. I will shine on my haters. Hit my reflex on my enemies. Kamu suo bomba, suo bomba. Hold on, what on? What's it on me? Hold on, what on? What's it on me? What's it on me?
Allen Bernard International, or ABR, is a management consulting firm with a team of consultants and associates who focus on growing and transforming home healthcare agencies, nonprofits, and small businesses in other industries as well as individuals. Our services include ABR Business Support Services, ABR Accounting and Tax Services, and ABR Anti-Money Laundering Compliance Services. At ABR, we bring to each assignment dedication and commitment, experience and skills, performance-based process, integrated solution teams, and client relations. For more inquiries on our services, call phone number 469 378 3955. That's Allen Bernard International, or ABR, transforming business through ideas. In order to keep ourselves and others safe from the coronavirus disease, we must all get vaccinated. Here are a few facts about the coronavirus vaccine. The vaccine does not have anything in it that can make you magnetic. All COVID-19 vaccines are free of metals. The COVID-19 vaccines available in the US do not contain live virus. They do not share any of their parts inside or outside of your body. The vaccine is safe for current and future pregnancies. There is no proof showing unsafe results on taking the vaccine for current or future pregnancies, which means pregnant women can also take the vaccine. The COVID-19 vaccine does not change your DNA. In fact, it has absolutely no interaction with your DNA. The vaccine does not cause you to test positive for the virus. It is untrue, as none of the vaccine will cause you to test positive in a viral test. Therefore, the vaccine is safe to use. Get vaccinated today and stay alive. A message sponsored by the African Career Education and Resource Incorporated, or ASA, in the state of Minnesota. Lapus Kitchen, a Liberian-owned business operated by Johnson and Wales University's trained chef Joyce Matowia, is your dining away from home. At Lapus Kitchen, we prepare all kinds of Liberian cuisines, including fried and rare oil potatoes green, kidney beans, palava sauce, fever leaves, and a lot more. We also make rice bread, meat pies, cookies, Benesi candies, and all kinds of pastry products. Place in your order online today from anywhere in the US at www.lorpukRTCHEN.com. The good news is your package is sealed in an insulated cooling box and reaches your destination well preserved and fresh. Save yourself the stress and order the best from a professional chef. Lapus Kitchen keeps your fingers licking. They say a home is where the heart is. That's why at Melrose Suites, we provide a conducive and safe environment for your long and short-term stay. With our 6 fully furnished luxurious apartments of 3 bedrooms each, our customers have the option of renting a full apartment or single bedroom. We also have standard rooms and king suites. At Melrose Suites, we have 24-hour electricity, cold and hot water, cable TV, internet service, and fully air-conditioned rooms. Melrose Suites takes the pressure off its customers with our fully equipped kitchens, living and dining rooms, as well as balconies. All you need is your personal belongings and enjoy your stay. We are located on Silver Beach Road in Dwazon, Lower Margibi County. For reservation, call our US number 610-986-1077 and our LIB number on 0777 588 118. You can email us at edithwaters111@gmail.com. Melrose Suites, a home away from home. The fight against COVID-19 has become imperative to the survival of the world, to the extent we must all get involved. The question is, how do I get involved? Get tested. Get tested if you feel COVID-19 symptoms. Example, sore throat, cough, headache, etc. Get tested if you know you met someone who is now COVID-19 positive. Get tested before going to places where you may meet a lot of people. Example, schools, work, etc. Get tested before traveling, both domestic and international travels. Get tested when asked by a healthcare or public official to do so. Get tested today, know your status, and seek treatment if need be to stay alive. A message sponsored by the African Career Education and Resource Incorporated, or ASA, in the state of Minnesota.
Another banger, baby, calm down.
Pinter One of Delaware. Yes, it's Pinter One of Delaware, the name that counts when you talk quality painting works. For more than 2 decades, Pinter One has brought more life and vigor to thousands of residential and commercial complexes with our quality painting services. Give your homes, offices, bars, stores, hospitals, shops, etc. that look they deserve by choosing Pinter One of Delaware. For more information, call us on phone number 302 508 3034. Again, 302 508 3034. Or visit our website at pinter1.com/Delaware. Or better still, email us on ivan@pinter1.com or holly@pinter1.com. Schedule a free estimate and get 10% off by using the promo code Costa. Pinter One of Delaware. Renew your space, renew your life.
She dey give me small, small one, I know.
We all know the headache we go through sending money to our loved ones, friends, and family in Liberia. High fees, long lines in banks, the usual complaint of the system being down, such a waste of time and energy. That is why I was very happy when I learned that SendWave is now in Liberia. So now I can send money anytime from anywhere directly from my smartphone to the MTN Lone Star Cell mobile money account of a loved one, friend, or family within seconds for just a tiny fee. So download SendWave now to your phone from your Apple Store or Google Play Store. Add your details, and don't worry, they are very safe and secure. And start sending money today. Don't forget to insert the promo code COSTA to get free $5 credit added to your first transfer. SendWave is secure, super fast, and by far the most affordable way to send money to Liberia. I'm Henry P. Costa and a very happy customer. Thank you.
All right, folks. Good morning, and welcome to the program. You're listening to the Costa Show. Today is the 9th day of May 2022. The time in Monrovia is 10:30 a.m. The time in Delaware is 6:30 a.m. on the dot. Good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are. Welcome. We're back to our normal streaming platform, StreamYard. All of our platforms are operational this morning. Whether it be the website, MyTuner, TuneIn, YouTube, Facebook, SoundCloud. We're very glad to be here. Good morning, Waka.
Good morning, Costa, and good morning to, like you said, our many listeners. We are here again on our farm and with much energy to give the information out there to our people. It's good to be here with you.
Very good to be here. Very good to be here. We have tons of things on our plate this morning. Toga Macintosh. Now, Liberians have the tendency to forget. But one of the things I do not do is I do not easily forget, especially things that are important. You know, our brain operates in such a way that things it considers important, it does not forget. It commits that to a certain portion of the brain where things are remembered and not forgotten. Toga Gewe Macintosh, that is his full name. This man, 9 years ago, serving as foreign minister under during the administration of Mrs. Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, brought one of the worst disgrace, a worst form of disgrace to our country. He sold a Liberian diplomatic passport and an honorary consul generalship to a 20-something-year-old Danish journalist called Mads Cousin, aka Hans Brugger. This young man came to Liberia with 150,000 US dollars. He would say himself later in a documentary he did called The Ambassador, which was streamed all over the world. The New York Film Festival, and this guy raked in millions and millions of dollars from making mockery of our country. The Ambassador. Toga Gabriel McIntosh is featured in this documentary called The Ambassador. This guy came to Liberia, hired Vani Sherman as his lawyer, who was then chairman of the Unity Party. Vani Sherman then introduced him to Toga Gabriel McIntosh, who was Minister of Foreign Affairs. And he wanted a Liberian diplomatic passport, and he wanted to be posted to any country for that matter. He was posted to the Central African Republic. Toga Gabriel McIntosh made money from it. So did Vani Sherman and others. Now, this is a guy I'm hearing that Alex Cummings is planning to field and financially support to run against Joe Boakai in the Unity Party upcoming primary.
Yep.
Wait. Does Alex Cummings not get tired being stupid and being made an idiot of? Does he have an unlimited amount of money to throw away at complete nonsense? Toga Gabriel McIntosh, even if he was allowed to run in the Unity Party convention against Joe Boakai, he cannot win. He cannot even win Mo Ali, let alone Joe Boakai. First of all, Toga Gabriel McIntosh has been a member of the coalition. Is he not a member of the ruling coalition? Boakai?
Yeah, he is.
How is he a member? He joined Alex Tyler's party. Toga Gabriel McIntosh was one of the members or one of the officials of the governing council of the CDC, the ruling CDC. So when is he going to come to run in the Unity Party? And these guys are so stupid. So the other day, the president appointed Gabriel McIntosh to go and take the governance commission. And we all were like, okay, isn't that the guy who brought a disgrace to Liberia and was forced to resign?
Yeah, that's
And the next thing we know, Gabriel McIntosh writes the president, asks the president to be withdrawn from nomination because he claims that he wants to participate in the 2023 presidential elections. And then we're hearing, he's going to be running. He's going to be running in the UP primary. As what? Candidate for stand-up bearer against Joe Boakai. Is this son of a swan stupid or something? You're not even qualified. You're a member of the governing council of the CDC. You're listed as a member of the governing council. Even if you are qualified, Toga Gabriel McIntosh, you can't even stand to match me. You can't even stand to match me in any election, let alone the Unity Party convention or primary against Joe Boakai. And who's supporting him? Alex Cummings. Toga Cummings is stupid. So you work with Ability eats your money, and he can't get you any results. Then you jump to Gabriel McIntosh. He's going to help you now. Gabriel McIntosh is going to enter the Unity Party convention and do what? Beat Joe Boakai? You see the idiots on Facebook. Musa Ability, that damn nasty criminal on Facebook. Yeah. And UP, you got to allow Gabriel McIntosh to run. Yeah. And we will promote democracy in Unity Party. Are you kidding me, Boakai? And Ability is funding, Cummings is funding this nonsense. He's financing it. Why is the guy so stupid and so disconnected, Boakai? Why is he so disconnected? Does he think that a Gabriel McIntosh can beat a Joseph Boakai? Well, I know Cummings never cared for Liberia in 2000, 9 years ago. When, which year was it again when that guy made that blunder? Was it 2013, 2014? 9 years ago when Gabriel McIntosh embarrassed the whole country. You see, this is the problem. If Cummings had only been interested in Liberia at the time, Boakai, he would know. Or he would have known that Gilbert Marketer was a disgrace, still is a disgrace, brought international shame to the country. But you see, Cummings didn't care about Liberia. 9 years ago, he didn't care about the country at all. That's why he doesn't know that Gilbert Marketer is such a criminal. My people, go watch the documentary. It's on YouTube. Toga Gilbert Marketer is sitting there having dinner with this Danish journalist who's impersonating a businessman. He gave this boy a passport, diplomatic passport. He gave him an honorary consul general posting in the Central African Republic, and this boy recorded him unbeknownst to him, made a documentary, made millions of dollars on this documentary, which put Liberia on the world stage in a very humiliating fashion. And this is the guy, Boakai, that Ellis Cummings is now financing to say he's going to participate. Let me say something to the Unity Party folks. If you even qualify Gailway McIntosh to participate in the upcoming UP convention or primary against Joe Boakai, then you're stupid. That's the first thing. If you even qualify him or certificate him to participate, you're stupid. Because apart from his criminal record, his disgraceful past, he is a listed and publicly acknowledged and publicly known official of the ruling CDC. Everybody knows that. Everybody knows that. Now, speaking of diplomatic passports, okay, let's leave Gailway McIntosh. He's not worth it. Let's move on to something else. Speaking of diplomatic passports, Basiru Kante, okay,
yeah,
the guy who was nabbed by the FBI for stealing $12.9 million from two companies in the United States, health companies, $12.9 million. Basiru Kante, according to the United States government, the reason they cannot let Basiru Kante travel, the reason they cannot let Basiru Kante travel is because Basiru Kante holds a Liberian diplomatic passport. Yo, a Liberian diplomatic passport. And the reason, you see, this is the Americans saying it, not us. The Americans say Basiru holds a diplomatic passport, and from the email search that they did on Basiru's electronic devices, it was established that Basiru Kante has very close ties, very personal, close relationship with the Vice President of the Republic. Hello? I'm going to read. This is a page from the court documents. The United States government, represented by and through the Justice Department, filed this petition or this motion to the court, praying the court to deny Basiru Kante any bail bond, because they're afraid if we grant him bail, he is flight risk. And they say he has an elevated flight risk because he has a close personal relationship with the Vice President of the Republic of Liberia. These are their words, not mine. I'm going to read verbatim. Stop selling diplomatic passports. Stop giving it to criminals.
PM.
Hey, Wakai.
Yeah.
We told these people, you gave these criminals these documents, they're going to use them to commit crime and use them to run away. Stop selling diplomatic passports. Let me read from this page. The defendant's ties to Liberia, moreover, are especially deep. The email search warrant production revealed that the defendant has a close personal relationship with the Vice President of Liberia. Moreover, during the execution of the search warrant at the defendant's residence on April 20, 2022, agents discovered that the defendant was in possession of a diplomatic Liberian passport. See Exhibit 3 at 7. That that the defendant who occupies no formal diplomatic position within the Liberian government,
Yep.
a fact the defendant admitted at the detention hearing, was nonetheless in possession of a diplomatic Liberian passport, is powerful evidence of the strength of the defendant's connections to the highest levels of the Liberian government. The defendant is, after all, a citizen of Liberia, not the United States. A connection like this, therefore, only enhances the defendant's already elevated risk of non-appearance. Fellow Liberians, are you listening? Did you just hear what I read? Basiru Kante has been considered by the United States government as an elevated flight risk, that he might not appear in court because he possesses a Liberian diplomatic passport. When they searched his emails, of course, they had a warrant from the court to do so. They came upon emails exchanged between him and the Vice President of the Republic of Liberia. Those emails, according to the investigators contained in this petition filed to the court, establishes that he has a close personal relationship with the Vice President Joe Howard Taylor. Amen, Bwakai. We look at that boy Basiru Kante, because he can go get BM money. We give him diplomatic passport. Can you imagine, Bwakai? How many other diplomatic passports are out there in the hands of criminals such as Basiru Kante?
Many.
How many?
Many.
Commit crimes, embarrassing us. Again, this is the United States government through the Justice Department that has found this out, that Basiru Kante holds a Liberian diplomatic passport.
How long this been happening? Is it
a close personal relationship? Look how they describe the relationship. Repeat that, would you? What kind of relationship?
close? Is it close? Very close.
Close. No, they didn't say close relationship. This is close personal.
Damn it.
Underline the personal. A
Personal.
close personal relationship
with the Vice President.
Yeah.
Then
Then we hear the other day, the government of Liberia has seized all of Basiru's assets in Liberia. Bank accounts, the luxury cars that he shipped to the country for his car rental business. The boys are supposed to start driving those cars. Did you see his cars?
No, I haven't seen them.
Land Cruisers. Lexus LX 600 or 580. G-Wagons. Poor guy. These are the kind of vehicles the boss shipped to Liberia.
Where is he getting the money from?
That's a big question. Where did he get the money from? You already know, you're asking. That question has been answered. Basiru Kante is a criminal. $12.9 million he stole. And you know the thing is, he didn't deny it when they caught him. So the point is, why would these people be having such close relationships with such criminals? It's not the first time. You know, it's not the first time a criminal has been caught and it's been found that the criminal maintains a close relationship with people in the Liberian government. So our diplomatic passports now can just go to anybody. This is something we've always known.
Yeah, but Costa, once you have the cash, you can get it. Any type
You
of
can get the
passport.
diplomatic passport, yes. Once you have some money, you can get the diplomatic passport. Now, fellow Liberians, there's something I want to tell you about the president's nominee for airport boss. The current job that Darlington County occupies is a job at a home care company, group home, as they call it for short in America. It's a decent job. it pays well and all. So he said he works for Boeing, but what he really does, he works in the group home industry. As I said, it's a decent job, well-paying, better than what Basiru Kanten was doing, stealing people's money for a living. But he has not worked a day in his life. Currently, Darlington Conley he was recently assigned to a home where he lives in with a client. Did you hear what I said, Walker?
Mm-hmm.
Our airport manager nominee,
yeah.
just last week, the owners of the company that he works for assigned him to a client, and he lives in
The client house.
In the client's house, yeah. He is a live-in currently. We're making this point not to bully him or to whatever, but to just tell you, Wakai, that he has not worked a day in his life as an aviation person. He currently does a live-in. That's the job he does right now. Right now. And as I've said, and I will keep saying, it's a decent, well-paying job. It's better than lying. It's better than overly embellishing your CV to say you got this degree, you got that degree, you work this place, you work this place. It's an honest, decent living. That's what he does. So if George Weah wants to establish a facility where people, clients who are mentally challenged or whatever want to live there, fine. Fine. That's where you can hire him to come work there. He's qualified, more than qualified for that. But I just want to tell you, right now, Darlington Conley was assigned last week to a client, and he lives in with that client because the client cannot independently take care of themselves in their own home. So he takes care of that client.
Somebody is saying that the job is called boring care.
Yeah, well, any man say works for Boeing, so now that Boeing group home. But the point is this: it's a decent job, it pays well, and there's nothing wrong with it. But boy, you can't be doing that kind of job and then you lie that you do a different kind of job.
Absolutely.
You can't. That's our point. The airport already got trouble. The airport already got trouble. Then you're lying. Yeah, you are. You were just assigned last week. I can't call the name of the company you work for. I will not call the name of the company, but I know the name of the company. I even know the owners of the company. And Bogart is a big money-making thing in this country. It is a lucrative thing to care for people, Bogart. They make money. The people who own these companies, all these different group homes, they make a lot of money, Bogart. They can pay. What are you talking about? It's a good paying job because you know what? The people value their citizens. They value their people. So they pay them very well. So they make money. It's a decent industry to work in. Honest living, good money, with benefits and all, healthcare, this, that, all that kind of stuff. But the point is, Bogart, you can't be working as a carpenter, then you won't go work then they say they got a job for an electrician, and you raise your hand. What the hell do you know about electrical work? Eh? You ain't know a jing thing the young man who say about electrical work. So the point that we're trying to make is, just last week, Darlington Conley was assigned to a client. He moved into the client's house. He lives in the client's house just last week. My people, Darlington Conley was literally sitting, perhaps, in the client's living room on the client's couch when they announced his name that he had been appointed airport boss. Hello, Bogart. What do you think that boy probably doing?
They were taking care, man. Started celebrating, man. Say what?
No. What was he doing in the client's house, literally, when they announced his name?
What?
Everybody eating. That boy loves to eat.
They wasn't in the job.
You're probably eating. You see all the pictures of him? One of the things I noticed about Daniel, most of the pictures we've seen of him since his appointment, what is the one thing he's been doing over and over?
Eating.
It is not roasted how.
So I came across a video of Fagon explaining how he Darlington McGill and Tue when they visited America. So they went to the restaurant. They went to the restaurant. So McGill sent for a food that cost $20. Some Tue call for food that cost $20. Fagon to call for a food that cost $20. But Darlington on food cost 150 USD.
Jesus Christ.
Take away. Fagon. So Miguel got vexed. Miguel said, "My man, everybody eating 20. You want eating 150?" The man said, then Darlington said, "But I thought the food I said for you're going to join me for all to eat." The man said, "But you see, on and off, we just got you eating. Then you say we're going to join you to eat." The man said, the guy end up taking our food home, and then since that time, anytime Miguel and Tua go to America, they can't want to see that guy around there.
That's true. I heard the few days telling me, Miguel the last time in March. They said they made our bodyguard for Miguel. Now I heard. I don't know how true is it. But in any case, Darlington, he left Liberia before he graduated from Culinary. He never graduated. He lied about that. He said he went to a Southern Baptist school of theology and got a degree in theology. He lied about that. He said he's currently doing his master's degree in aviation. It's also a lie. The only paper Darlington has is the 21-month certificate he obtained from that aviation Institute of Maintenance in Philadelphia. That's all he got. That's all. But as I did decide to tell you all, last week, Darlington kindly was assigned to a new client, and he lives in with that client. Darlington kindly was assistant pastor in a Seventh-day Adventist church. You know, he's an SDA man. He was assistant pastor in the church. Listen up. Darlington and the senior pastor were living in the same apartment. They rented an apartment for them. Are you listening?
I'm listening.
The church rented an apartment. Oh, you didn't know about it? Darlington is a pastor. You didn't know?
No, I want to know him to be a comedian and also.
You didn't know? No, he was an assistant pastor. So he and the senior pastor were living in the same house because he's an assistant pastor. So that the church was paying their bills, light bill, water bill, all that kind of stuff. But they kicked him out. You know why they kicked him out?
No.
They kicked him out because the Solomon Swan would sit down in his section of the apartment and drink beer, or they get charged, drink liquor, and bring women and play music and do all kind of stuff. And so the person said, "Wait, mama, you are a pastor. You cannot be doing this sort of job. You can't be being like this. You are a pastor. You live here with the senior pastor. You can't be doing these kind of things, drinking and all that kind of stuff. You can't be doing that. You know." So they told Darlington, they kicked Darlington out of the house that they rented for him and the senior pastor. Yeah, that's what happened, Walker. So he's a hell of a guy. Everything on his CV is a lie. Everything on his CV is a lie. Everything you see, it's a lie.
Why would you lie like that? And then the executive mansion website posting such a lie about you, and you sitting
when
there.
You see the boss CV, when you see Daniel's CV, said the man is a manager of Boeing. First of all, if Darlington was a manager of Boeing, Darlington would not even want your job in Liberia. He would be making so much money at Boeing. I mean, a manager at Boeing makes easily. I mean, $200,000. Easily makes $200,000. He would not want your job. He wouldn't. He would not want your job at all. Folks, I want to announce that Councilman Winfred Russell, who currently serves on the Brooklyn Park City Council, the 6th largest city in the state of Minnesota, which has the largest Liberian population in the state, some 30,000 people. Councilman Russell currently represents the West District. And as his councilman, he was elected. He was the first Black person, not just Liberian, first Black, to have been elected to that position. And Councilman Russell has received the endorsement of the current mayor, Mayor Lisa Jacobson. She has announced her retirement from politics. She will be stepping down, and a special election will be held in August, I believe, of this year. And Councilman Winfred Russell has secured her backing. She has announced that she's supporting him to replace her, to succeed her. We will interview her on the 17th of this month. It will be a fantastic thing. We will be talking about her accomplishments. She's been in Brooklyn Park politics for a very long time in many capacities. And she will be here as our guest, talking about what she's done as mayor, as councilwoman, and her decision for supporting, her reasons for supporting none other but our own man, Billy D, the illustrious, industrious Winfred Russell, a public health specialist who has worked very hard in the city of Brooklyn Park and beyond. And he's the candidate of not just the current mayor, but the mayor before her, Mayor Jeffrey Lundy. Mayor Jeffrey Lundy is currently a commissioner, so he's gone to a higher position. He is also supporting Winfred Russell. It's incredible. I had the privilege to have been on the call with Mayor Lisa Jacobson. It was a private call several weeks ago with stalwarts of the community, Reverend Alexander Collins and Kamanti Dian. He's the chairman of the OLM, the Organization of Liberians in Minnesota, and some clerics, and Imam Sharif, and Father Wilson, and tons of others. We were on that call when this lady announced that she is stepping down from politics and she is going to be supporting our own man, Winfred Russell, to succeed her as mayor of the city of Brooklyn Park. She said she cannot think of anybody else who is better qualified, better suited for the job than Winfred Russell. One of the things that she said that I took away from that particular statement, which she prepared, the prepared text from which she read, she said, in order to lead as mayor, you must have been in the room where decisions are made. And Billy D has been in that room for over 2 years now, where the decisions are made as a city councilman. And so our man Billy D, will interview him here. But one thing we need to do to make history, to get Billy D or Winfred Russell elected mayor, we need to raise money. It takes money. Yes, he's got the support of the current mayor, who is popular. He's got the support of the immediate past mayor, Mayor Lundy, who retired from that position to move up to a commissioner position. But we will need to campaign and we will need to raise money. And once we turn out the vote, now Lisa Jacobson and Mayor Lundy can bring out the white votes. Now we, Liberians, must bring out the African votes. We can get our man Billy D elected mayor of Brooklyn Park, Minnesota. I want to say happy birthday to Mother Ruby Thomas Addy. Ruby Thomas Addy, today's your birthday. Happy birthday to you. And I wish you all the best. I wish you many more returns of your birthday. This morning we will be interviewing the folks from Trenton. Now, the other side has reached out. There are two camps, Parker. There are two camps. There are two camps in this election for the leadership of Trenton, New Jersey, the Liberian community there. The other camp reached out to me. They asked to appear. They want to respond to what the Hector Weah camp said on the show on Friday when we hosted them. And by the way, they're coming back on shortly. And so they asked to come on. And so we will be hosting the other camp tomorrow. It is only fair that we give both sides the opportunity to speak to the issues. So that's what we're going to do. Both sides will have the opportunity to speak. Again, I want to say before we go to the phone lines, the United States government through the Justice Department has asked the court to deny Basiru Kante any bail because of his close personal relationship with the vice president of Liberia and the Liberian diplomatic passport, which they found in his possession when they raided and searched his premises. Another disgrace for our country. What did Basiru Kante do that qualified him for a Liberian diplomatic passport? Okay? What did he do? Please, tell me. Oh, you can answer the question, Baga? What did Basiru Kante do to qualify him for a Liberian diplomatic passport?
The vice president there personally. I
mean, look, this is just embarrassing for our country, man. You know, that kind of thing sort of make people resign or lose their jobs or be fired if we were a civilized country. I mean, this guy is a money launderer. This guy is a thief. He steals from America of all countries. And what do? The Americans have published it that he carries a Liberian diplomatic passport. Can you imagine this? And nobody's going to get punished for this. So now we understand why Basiru Kante was there footing the bill for P Square coming to perform in Liberia. You remember?
Yeah. And
during the bicentennial.
Costa, the guy is in relationship or the guy is in partnership with most of the Nigerian, Ghanaian, or other country musicians. The guy, you know, anywhere they are, he's always there. The last time here I wrote a same flight from Ghana to Liberia, and it meant, you know, very simple. I saw the passport. I said, what kind of passport here? But you know that man, that top man, you can just question it. So that man, when I saw him, I spoke to him. He said, "Yeah, my picking, what's up?" I said, "Fine." But I never knew. Yeah, I never knew he was into that type of thing because for me, I thought he was just an event planner where he plan event for musicians and get him money. That was just what I was thinking.
Okay. Let's go to the lines. We'll take some calls, and shortly we will take the Hector Weah camp. My man, I've been confused. We schedule a lot of people. We have the Zion Grove Baptist Church, who will be on at 7:30. I just remember that they're going to be on at 7:30. So we're going to take the Hector Weah camp now. In a few minutes, and then we'll take the Zion Grove Baptist Church at 7:30 this morning, 7:30 Eastern time, which will be 11:30 Liberian time. So the Hector Weah camp will join us shortly. But let's take a few calls before we take them, Walker.
0770-102-102-86-010383. 555-102-102. The WhatsApp number is +231 888-624-171. Yeah, call me this morning and you will be live on the following numbers. Those in the diaspora, the WhatsApp number is +231 888-624-171. 0770-102-102-086. Now take this person. Good morning.
Good morning, Costa. Good morning to Baka. This is from Four. Costa, thank you very much for this information. Costa, what Liberian people will quick to forget and the thing our country will develop on this. You take your criminal that saw Liberian passport that you went all over. Today you parade with them and I listen to school FM. They may come here and listen to my brother.
We just missed up on your.
We lost DJ Lemay.
Yeah, let's see if we can take somebody from the WhatsApp number this morning quickly. Let's see. DJ Lome. I hope you can call back DJ Lome. Let's take this person. Good morning.
Good morning, Wakai. Can you hear me, sir?
Yeah, you are loud and clear. Welcome. Your name is joining us from?
Oh, yeah. My name is Jim Rato Jr. I'm calling from Atlantic City, New Jersey. And I want to speak on the issue, Addington Johnson. I'm with you, Henry. The last time I think there's 2 or 3 instances where a flight was descending. At the end of the day, when they looked down, there was no electricity. They had to turn around, go back to Freetown. That was chaotic and that was scary. And if you're taking somebody, you should take a person that will be qualified. Because those things, what does that speak about our country? You know, foreign direct investor and even the flight industry. If we don't have an electricity, multiple occasions, and you're taking somebody who would lie about his CV, I think they should find somebody better. And those that are responsible for these things that are happening at the airport, they should fire them. But Addington County, I don't think it fit that criteria.
Okay.
But yeah, of course, I'm with you. Thank you for the good job and keep it up.
Thank you so much for calling in. We're still taking your calls 0770-102-102-86.
Any update on Princess Cooper? We can't just not talk about it anymore.
Not yet. Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
You need to talk to Martina. Let's find out from the family how far they're going with finding their pathologist. You know.
Mm-hmm.
We need some updates on that. Yeah. Let's take a few more calls. The Hector Weir team will join us shortly.
Good morning.
Good morning, Bokai, and good morning to Leader Helen Costa, and good morning to our listening audience. My name is Mohammed Eskone, and I call from Johnson. Thank you for the wonderful show this morning. Ever since we have heard these things and numbers that Nigeria have been created against us, we have idiots in power, we have thieves in power. That's why criminals see this place as a Saint Hardy. They can't do ridiculous things. They get out diplomatic passport. They go, they do whole thing around the world. The most disgraceful thing about it is that they taking vice president have to do with this criminal. No, this country. We need to do everything to keep this leader out of power 2023. Thank you for the show.
Thank you so much, Mohammed Chicharito Kone. Let's see if we can take somebody from this angle here quickly.
This is not good for Joelle. It's not good for Joelle, especially considering that she doesn't have particularly good relations with the Americans. This is not good for her.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, I'm calling from New Jersey. Abraham, you guys calling from New Jersey.
Go ahead.
I just want to say, you know, for the diplomatic passport, this is why they just Honorable Bwaka to be president, because Honorable Bwaka regime, my brother, you can even be the sister or son. If you're not working in the government, you will not get diplomatic passport. Trust me, I know that, papi. So this is why the people don't want for the man to be president. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Now we'll take another person from this line. Keep your calls coming in. We can take a few more calls. Then we'll cross over to cost. Your cost 0770-102-102-86, 010383 555 102 102. The WhatsApp number is +231 888 624171. Wow. Let me see if I can. Okay. There's no call yet. We still anticipate your calls. Keep them coming in.
I just want to say this. It doesn't look good for the vice president. We all know that she has very difficult relationship, very difficult relations with the United States. And it's been that way for a long time. Not because of something she personally did, but being the former wife of former President Charles Taylor. You know, when you really look at it, Jewel herself didn't commit any crime that we know of that warranted her to be, in that kind of space with the Americans, that place with the Americans. But, because she was a wife of Tiller. And so because of that, it's been very difficult with the Americans. And to have this thing surface that that they saw emails exchanged between her and a criminal who stole $12.9 million from American institutions, business institutions, it puts her in a further bad place with the Americans. It makes matters worse for her with the Americans, and whether she knows it or not, but it's bad, Bwaka, because they lawyers would not, U.S. lawyers would not, Justice Department lawyers would not reference those emails as being established as the basis to make the claim that she and Basiru Kante have a close personal relationship if the emails did not indicate that, because they will present those emails in court if the need arises to make the case. So this doesn't make Joel look good at all. And she must be bothered by this if she isn't already bothered by it, because Basiru was in and out of the country. Basiru has tons of pictures on social media with her, and then to see that they had a pretty healthy correspondence between them via email and perhaps via phone, maybe regular conversations they were having. By this time, I'm sure they have collected all of that data, all of that evidence, and they've processed it, they've analyzed it, and they're going to be using that in court. It cannot be good for Joel. We need to be careful with the people we interact with, when we occupy a certain position.
Yeah.
We have to be very, very careful, because we become vulnerable. We become vulnerable, so we need to be careful. Hector Weah and your team, Rupert Peters, I'm waiting for the two of you. Let's do this interview. I'm waiting for the two of you to join us. Please join us, please. So you have to be very, very careful, Bwaka, because when you are at that position, Bwaka, at that level, people who are shady, first of all, you see Basiru. You got to be careful. You got to vet them. How does this guy make all this money? Basiru was telling people he was doing gold and diamond business. But you got to look him up. You got to vet him before you bring him within your space, your circle. You have to vet him to be careful, but I don't know whether that's what happened. All right, we have Hector Weah Jr. with us. We're waiting for Rupert Peters to join us. And they are from the great city of Trenton. From Trenton to the Word. That's a sign just before you cross that bridge. From Trenton to the Word, a very iconic city. And they are from the Liberian community there. And Hector, I'm told, is in the race running for president of the Liberian community. Their elections organized under the auspices of ULA, the United Liberian Associations, the United Liberian Associations in the Americas. And they're organizing those elections. Rupert is here joining us. Hector, good morning and welcome.
Hey, Mr. Costa, how are you today?
We're doing good. Rupert, morning, welcome.
Good morning, Costa. How you doing, sir?
We're doing very well, my brother. Welcome to the both of you. Let's get down to it. So I got a call. I didn't get to speak with him. I was busy or something. From a James Barkley. He introduced himself as the secretary of the ULA board or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, he said he wanted to talk with me, but I didn't get the time to call him back. I forgot. But anyway, it appears we have the attention of ULA. So Hector, what has happened since we spoke the other day? And by the way, full disclosure, the other side has reached out. They've asked to come on, and I'm on an obligation to allow them to do so, but not when you are on. They're going to come on tomorrow. They have their own time slot. So I just thought you should know that. So what has happened since we last spoke, Hector?
Hello?
Yes, we can hear you, Hector.
The last time we spoke on your show, you had put up a message. It was, and as the youth on the posted group message to us email. So the post, some people are brought in election.
Hector, your connection is bad. Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, your audio is bad.
Hello?
Yeah, speak now. You know, you were breaking in. Speak.
Yeah, so I was saying they put up a message and says that some people are claiming fraud in the elections, and an investigation will be made. So when they say investigation will be made, they have never contacted us for that investigation, and they have not told us what the investigation will surround and what are the questions the investigation going to consider. So we are still waiting for them. We just sent out our official protest that we need this thing investigated as soon as possible, because there is no hidden secret that the ULA vice president agreed that she added names to the list. But she did also tell us that she had postmarks of the names of the envelopes that the names came in. And then she also said private citizen text her their name and their number. She told us that. So if private citizen texts you their name and their number, it should have followed with payments and forms. So who was filling those forms for them? Was she the person filling in the forms for those people? And if they did pay her, there must be a source of payment. So she agreed that they send her money through Cash App and through Zelle. We want to see the Cash App and the Zelle that is sending her money through, and what time did she receive it, and how much did they pay. Another thing was that she did talk about people mailing things to her. If it did,
Hector, we can't hear you there.
hello?
We can't hear you. Now, yeah, now we can hear you.
Yeah, I say I think it matters to us when you set a deadline and say 11:59 p.m. on Saturday night, at least after 12 hours, to get a count, a number of how many people voted. But she waited from Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday before she put up a number. And that number she put up was completely different from what we have. The good thing is she agreed that she added names to the list. She agreed that she added names to the list. If you add a name to the list, an investigation should be made, and we want to know if those names were valid, if the names can be verified, and we want to know if you acted within the guidelines of the elections.
Okay, Hector, thank you very much. And as when the other side called me, they said that your claims are not legitimate because the both camps. So there is the Hector Weir Rupert Peters ticket, and then there's another ticket, and they said to me that you all went out to register people, and they just registered more people than you did, and you are jittery. That's why you're crying wolf, because you're afraid that they're going to beat you. That's what they said. So I told them there's something called electoral integrity. If two people are participating in an election and one person is concerned about the number of people who are registered to participate, they have the right to have their concerns addressed before the elections are held. They agree with me. They said however, these additional people you talk about, Hector, that were registered, they said these people will have to physically turn up and vote in person. Is that true? Rupert, is that what's going to happen? Are these people going to physically turn up and vote on election day?
I mean, the thing about it, how would they skip the verification process and then we jump straight to showing up for election.
Well, they were trying to say to me, Rupert, that they have nothing to worry about because in the end, these people will have to physically turn out. There will be in-person voting.
I mean, I would call that very immature with respect to analysis, because number one, they are in the better spot, quote unquote, because all these old politicians that we have that have filled the community are all on the ticket. So those politicians have close ties with ULI, quote unquote. Tyler Miller, she's considered as ULI's doyen. Okay, she has political interest as well as political history with respect to the community. All right. So another person is Conrad Nika. Those are the people that are on their board. So they are in the better spot, quote unquote, and that is saying that we are crying wolf. But yet instead, it's very immature to know that the ethics and and the guidelines surrounding electoral process have been ignored. So they don't know what they are talking about. All right. Verification is a must. Justification, and we have to have transparent, electoral role prior to election.
Let me come in 1 minute on Costa.
Yeah, come in there. Then we'll go to Prince Bay after you, Hector. Go ahead.
Mr. Aaron Costa, I know these are all allegations. These are all allegations when it comes to people coming in to physically vote, which is true. We are getting allegations right now, concerns that people are coming from Maryland and Delaware to come and vote in this election here. Now, you have collected almost $30,000 so far. $30,000 so far from people paying $20 to vote. $20 to register to vote amounted to about $30,000 so far. What plans have you had to verify IDs? IDs can be made at any time and anywhere. We want those names verified or even authenticated at the booth. Authenticated at the booth. You can pay
on voting day, you mean? On election day.
Yes. That's why I want us to go to investigation so that we can get them concerns. Because right now, the whole city is flooded with news that people from Maryland, they are Boston people in from Maryland and from Delaware to come in here to vote. Also, that we are talking about right now.
Okay, so Hector and Peters, let me ask you guys a question. What needs to happen in order for your concerns to be laid, to be assuaged, to be quelled? What needs to happen to make you happy? For you to be comfortable and for you to have confidence in the process. I'll start with you, Hector, and I'll come to Rupert. Then we'll go to Prince S. Bay.
So for me, it's very simple, Costa. I'm not afraid. I can go to elections today with the names that I added, and I'll win that election. It's very easy here. What I don't like is just what you said, election integrity. For so long, we see things and we don't cry. We wait until it happens. Then they say election, investigation, and people can't say, my son, then they think they'll be laid to rest. But what I want is an investigation. The names that ULA VP says she received, just show me the postmark on the envelope that it arrived.
How many votes are in question? How many names are in question here for you, Hector? How many?
About 300 names.
About 300 names?
Yes.
So there's a total of how many names they have?
They got 1,200 names.
But you only have trouble with 300.
I got 300 names because the name is about 400 names in excess. But when you look at the list, one person named there is about 3 times. For example, Conrad Inca, who is one of the board members that have close ties with ULA. On that list, his name there is Conrad Inca, Conrad E. Inca, and Mark Inca. His name on the list 3 times.
But on election day, are they going to be like inking people's fingers? You will have poll watchers and observers?
They only said we can bring in 2 poll watchers. They never talk about inking fingers. They never talked about verifying IDs or authenticating IDs.
Yeah, but in demand, those things need to happen. Rupert, let's come to you.
And right now, Mr. Henry Costa, they are not listening to us. That's the reason why we're here on your show. They are not listening to us. They hear the day say and they put up a statement. They do not have open communication with us. They called a meeting the last time and we went on a Zoom call. All the day was to scream out So we left the meeting. But again, I'm saying if those things can be certified, if an investigation can be open and say, hey, Hector, these people pay this money. This is the cash app to prove that they pay the money. This is the Zelle to prove that they pay the money. She said it. She said the people use EULA cash app and EULA Zelle. You should have those information.
Conrad Yinka is on here watching, and he's commenting as well. And he said those names you called with the last name Yinka are all sons of his. Does he have grown sons who are eligible voters?
I don't know that. I know those names to be his name. He's my friend.
No, he's not saying that they're not related to him. He's saying that they're his sons. But anyway, we can verify that. But let's come to you, Rupert.
Again, those are allegations. That it's not only his one name. There are other names on the list that are double or triple on the list. It's not only Yinka. I'm using him as an example.
Okay, good. Yinka says he has 4 sons. Rupert, let's come to you. What needs to happen for you guys to be comfortable?
The thing is simple. This escalation process has to be, effected by the president of EULA. All right. We have contacted him on several occasions. He said that he delegated this task to the vice president. But however, we have seen that she's been incapacitated to govern this electoral process. So we need him to step in, to launch an investigation of all those that are involved in this election process, because this is a serious issue. We cannot go back to 15 years of stagnation in this community. The community is hungry. So having him on board to investigate this issue will be very, very important, because the verification is the baseline of all the registered voters. If those names are not verified, the process, mail-in process is not verified. What's the essence of election? There will be no essence of election. Because bottom line, accuracy, transparency, all those things. For example, according to Mrs. Grant, she said that she worked on numerous hours in terms of compiling the list, and then she's worked over up to 3 a.m. Kudos to her. But your one cannot do this job. All right. And secondly, this is an election process. It cannot be done just with 3 persons and looking at the geographical space of them. You have competent people in New Jersey, neutral people in New Jersey. Why did you choose to disregard those people and take our election to Minnesota?
Well, I asked that question, Rupert, when they called me, and they said to me it's because people are registering online. They have a platform.
There is no online. It's quote unquote mail in. That's fencing. It's mail in. It's mail in. There's no online. I want to see the website.
Okay.
Number one, she posted an address to mail the form to, and the address was wrong, and she corrected herself. And then secondly, when the list was provided, there were a lot of duplicates on that list. So she sent an incompetent list, an inaccurate list on the onset of this whole process. Before something, it has to be verified and make sure there is no error in that list as well.
Thank you, Rupert. And I want to say this. There are 2 camps in this process, 2 political camps, 2 camps running for office. One camp has a problem, has concerns. However, those concerns might seem illegitimate, however illegitimate or frivolous those issues might be to the other side or to the organizers of the election, they must be accorded a hearing, due process. They must be heard. Their concerns must be addressed, must be speedily adjudicated in a way that reasonably allays their concerns. That's all. If not, you're going to run into trouble. You're going to organize and hold elections, and people will not accept their results. I'm sorry. You don't want that. You don't want a process where one camp will say, we don't recognize those people that got elected. You don't want that. That's my advice to them. So this camp, the Hector we are, the we are Peters camp, and how they call their camp?
We have Linda Camp, Rupert running as a board member to be the board chairman for this community.
Oh, okay. And you, Hector, are running as president.
I'm running for the president position, and Linda Gordon is running as my VP.
Okay, so is the We Are Gordon camp?
Yes, that's correct.
And then Peters, but Peters is also in this camp because he's from your side running on.
Yeah, he's running in my team. He's running along with me to be our potential and incoming board chairman.
Yeah. So people have to accept. There's something called legitimacy. Legitimacy is not is not whether you win, is how you win. If you don't win in a way that the side that loses has no legitimate qualms, has no reasonable qualms, I mean, some people will just not accept, right? We know that. But let it be fair and square. Let everybody know that it is fair and square. Now we're going to go to Mr. Prince Bay. Prince Bay, good morning, sir.
Good morning, Henry Costa. How you doing this morning? And good morning to my listeners all day.
Good. Are you also part of the We Are Gordon camp?
Correct.
Good. What are you running for, sir?
I'm running president. I'm the vice president for China Professional Old Timer, and I'm running as one of the board members on the Hector and Lena team.
Thank you, sir. Do you share the concerns that they have? I mean, even it's an obvious question, but do you share these concerns that they have about the legitimacy of the process, particularly the registration and these 300 new names in question or additional names in question?
Very much. I share that concern very much. Reason being that the registration in process that we're talking about here, I personally is one of those that sat on that table from 10 a.m. to 6:45 April 16.
Mm-hmm.
So I know the total amount of registered voters that came in that room that day. On April 30th at 8 a.m., I sat on that table in that room from 8 a.m. to 6 o'clock p.m. that registered the total amount of registered voters of 402. So, plus what they registered of 181, 188, I do have paperwork towards that. If you see all these receipts right here, they're in my domain because I take track of all these things. A blogger they even asked me, but Prince, why don't you walk out? I said no, because I want transparency and accountability.
You want to keep record of everything, so tomorrow you can be able to challenge it.
And from point 1 to 6, I got it on mark. The first form I gave to them for registration. The second one, the third one, with my team that was sitting at the table. The main thing there is that after doing my total tally, them plus us, the woman should have 741 exact.
But instead, she has what?
Instead, the list that came up that we read up was 1,228. So even if what we did, we scratched all the names that we registered. You still got access of 328. So
now, but they are saying, Mr. Bay, that there were mailing registers, people who registered via the mailing process.
All right, so
did all of those come in the place where you were in your domain? Did you have access to the mailing?
No. What happened?
Wait, hold on. Did you guys not have access to the mailing registered voters?
No.
Why is that? Mr. Bay?
All right, so we asked this question on mineral occasion.
Mm-hmm.
We emailed the woman on mineral occasion to ask her, and one of those that were registering, one of the electors, by the name of Mr. Reeves. I asked Mr. Reeves the simple question. Mr. Reeves, how many ballots that came online that you received?
Through the mailing process.
He said, I received 5, not from us, from the account. I said, you sure? He said, yeah. I said, do you know whether Mr. Japa received some? He said, Japa is not to receive electoral ballots. I said, what's about the president, which is the vice president? He said, I don't know yet. That was the exact statement to me. I don't know. So after the process, you see this envelope right here?
Yeah.
It's a UPS envelope that the Reverend sent our receipt in. The receipt was sent by the Reverend. So, Madam Vice President, if you say people mail you ballot, all we asking for transparency, send all the same thing, send all the cash up, receipts, and just send all the text. We asked that woman, we said the thing simple. When on Saturday or before Sunday morning at 12 a.m., tell us, put on the chat line, the total number of votes that were collected is XYZ. Because the thing simple. The people that came in person to Jersey, they already had 741.
Okay.
So the one you receive, you should have just counted yours and added 741 and posted out very Sunday morning.
Okay. Now, but let me say something to you, Mr. Bay. They keep insisting that there were additional people who registered via the mail-in process.
Okay, we agree.
If they did, you must have been given access to those mail-in ballots or mail-in registrations that came in.
Thank you.
You must have been.
Right.
Also, they're saying that on election day, when people go to vote in person, they will present their driver's license or their ID cards.
Right.
Let me add, you can also demand that when they go, they should bring at least 2 mails that they received at that particular address that will be listed or that will bear their name. You know how when you go to the DMV to get your driver's license, they ask you to bring 2 mail?
Correct.
That will correspond with what's on your ID?
Right.
So I'm just saying they should have given you people access to those 300 names that came in. That's all.
Mr. Costa, can I just come in, please?
Yes, Rupert.
This is
thank you for that, for those points you made.
Yeah, this is very simple. Yeah, this is very simple in terms of the Fair and Disclosure Act. All right, and looking at a person that have high esteem with quote unquote integrity, she disclosed the first in-person registration. Kudos to her. All right. Now, I asked her a question. I said, during the transition from April 16th to April 30th, you said you received in-person bill. Wouldn't it be fair enough to disclose those in-person registration? Because we requested a daily update. I don't know if I got answer on that. We felt that she was not obligated to tell us. This woman is more of like a detector in this whole process. Number 2, the challenge that is they organize, you cannot even ask questions in the challenge. Everybody are all restricted to ask. Only the administrator as well too. So there is no form of communication.
Okay.
Has she disclosed those names in and out on a daily basis? Day 1, I received X amount of mailing mailing registration. We will not be at this point. But these are all hidden.
Guys, I'm going to say this, and I don't care what anybody says. I try to be fair. When I'm participating in a process, people are registering. I have the right to know how many people have registered.
Thank you.
In Liberia, when we register in an election, there is something called the voter roll thing. They publish the voter roll.
Right.
In the community where you register, they publish the voter roll months before the election. They call it voter roll verification. Voter roll verification. All the people who register in that area, the names will be published. Members of the community can go and read the bulletin and see the names of those people. So my point is a normal, acceptable, universally acceptable practice in elections. Publish the voter roll or give access to the people to see the voter roll. But Hector, we have to take your partner comments. Our other guests are already in.
Yes, so
here's what we're gonna do, guys. we here on the Costa Show will stay engaged with this process. I'm going to call Mr. Barkley back because he called me. I didn't answer. I didn't pick his call. I didn't get to talk to him, but I'm going to call him back after the show. But we're going to stay engaged. It's a healthy discussion. The other side is coming on tomorrow. If you have any questions you would like me to ask them, you're welcome. When you're listening, just send those questions in and I will ask them. The same way I ask you questions that they, things that they discuss with me. But Hector,
so
please give us the parting comments.
Mr. Costa will tell you that we are very strong in this area. We are very strong in Trenton. We are very strong in Bristol. We are very strong
I've heard that. I've heard that. There's no doubt about that. I've heard
we
that.
are without doubt. Even if they do not do the investigation, I'll tell you, we are going to go to the election and we'll win the elections. We are very strong in this area. We are very strong. They're going to come out tomorrow and say, hey, Hector, just focus on the people in Trenton and he did not go out. That's a lie.
Yeah, that one thing they said. They said you did not go beyond. You didn't go to Levittown. You didn't go to Burlington. You didn't go to several other places.
More than 150 people registered with us from Burlington. So we are strong in this area. I just want to make a point on what we're saying.
Yeah.
If it put up a list, show us what the online list was, how many names you received. Distinguish it from people who register in person.
Yep.
She refused to do that, and I just want to tell our listeners that
she must do that.
That between April 16th and April 30th, I communicated with her on numerous occasions. Do you have online ballot? Can you please let us know how many? She said.
And what did she say?
There were no online ballot.
Hector, are those emails? Were there emails you communicated with her through?
We sent emails to them.
Will you share those emails with us?
Yes. Then I said in my email, can you update us every day with the number of voters that you receive online?
At the end of the day, when the registration closes.
Even when registration closes, every day, April 16, April 17, April 18, April 19, update us. She refused until April 30th, which was the end of registration.
So you mean that 300 votes? That
300 votes in 5 days after the end of registration.
Wow.
5 days after the end of registration. That's my concern. So if you say you got it, you announced it 5 days after the end of registration, I'm going to ask you, when did you receive it? So if you say you received
all
it
the time
within
you
the
were
time,
emailing her, asking her whether she got those votes, she
said
said no, right?
Yeah.
Hey,
now, she says she owe me no explanation. She says she owe me no explanation. And I don't think that is fair. But
Hector,
yesterday,
share those emails. Hector, let me say, I've spoken with other people in the, I got people there in both camps. I got supporters, I got listeners, I got everybody there. But I like to be fair. They say, oh yeah, there were mail-in voters. Yes, the Hector camp, the Rupert Peters, and all these people.
We don't know.
Did they have access?
No.
Oh yeah, they publish it after the fact. No.
No.
The candidates should have access before the general populace.
We said we asked that question.
The candidates are given priority because you know what? They are stakeholders.
Thank you.
I'm not saying go make Hector president, go make Rupert Peter chair of the board, Prince Bay board member. That's not what I'm saying. Let them run, and if they're popular as they say they are, and as I've heard they are, the people will vote for them. The process must be fair. You can't just dump 300 additional votes last minute of time. Then they ask you how you got these votes, and you say, oh yeah, and the people that just came to register, so 300 per register, but they verify. But then again, as I said, let them bring those 300 additional names in question, guys, and we're going to close this up now, but we'll stay engaged with this process because it's very important, because we want yo-yo after the election. Bring those 300 names. Let the 300 people show up in person. Let them show up with their IDs, their mails, several mails, and all kinds of ways. There are all kinds of ways you need to verify. Provide all the names. Verify one by one. Their addresses too, Hector.
Yeah.
And when they were registering, and they have to provide their addresses.
Right.
Verify. Let them bring mails. Not new mails or all mails. Yeah. With their addresses.
There's no structure. process.
You see,
Costa.
but all that yo will not be there if they have simply provided you the information you wanted with respect to how many people were registering online or through the mailing process.
Yep.
If they have simply given you all the information, you can't call me and say, "Oh, Costa, we got issue and they need them plenty." But wait, did you know about it when they were coming in? Yeah, but okay, why you raise issue then? I wouldn't be listening to you. But the reason I am listening to you guys is because I'm running in an election. I write you every day by email. Hector, you acted smart. You documented email, even you deleted from your end. The record is there.
Yep.
I write you every day. Tell me, how many people registering through the mailing? Oh, no, zero. How many people? Zero. How many people? Zero. 5 days after the poll closed on April 30th. On May the 5th, you just dumped 300 new names on me?
That's exactly what.
And you expect me to accept that? You just dumped 300. 300 votes can change the tide. It can change the results just like that.
Fast.
That's why I'm talking about electoral integrity. Gentlemen, we'll stay on this issue.
Send
me those emails. We're going to stay on top of this. The other team will come tomorrow, and we are going to stay in the middle and just demand nothing but the facts and the right thing to be done. Thank you so much, gentlemen. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Let's go now. I'm going to take my Zion Grove Baptist Church people. We have Mr. Edwin Hayes, who's the chair of the upcoming convention. Chairman Hayes, good morning. Sorry for holding you there.
Yeah,
and we have brother Reverend Dr. Brother Mayo. Doc, good morning.
Good morning, bro Costa. It's good to be here with you this morning.
Good. Good morning, Chairman.
Yeah, Henry, we want to say thank you for affording us the opportunity to come on.
No thanks needed, my brother. No thanks needed. We're doing this for our own church. So, gentlemen, the Zion Grove Baptist Church is organizing its convention in the United States, which will be in June next month. Mr. Edwin S. Hayes here is the chair of the committee. And Brother Mayo is a member of the committee. Brother Mayo, what position exactly do you have in the committee?
So I'm the executive secretary of the Zion Grove Baptist Global Fellowship.
Good.
Yeah.
Very
so
good.
As a secretary, I work with all of the committee to make sure that we go to the convention smoothly.
Good. Chairman Hayes, the floor is yours. So the convention, I have the itinerary. You've been giving me all that information stuff, but let's take it. Let's turn the floor over to you.
Okay. I'm grateful firstly to be here. My name is Edwin Hayes from Zion Grove. I live in Columbus, Ohio, and we are hoping that we can move to this convention smoothly, and we are urging and admonishing our members to come up. You see, for me personally, when I was called upon to spearhead this thing, it was not just about that. There were a couple even prior that motivated me, and that is the point that I really hope most of us can pick up. Costa was fortunate to visit in 2015. I went to Virginia to visit my aunt and uncle, Wesley. And there I was fortunate to walk in a church. And I was told that church had missionaries at risk over the years. I've been sending missionaries over the years. And not only that church has also supported rigs. And so right there in that service, I saw ordinary people just like you and myself go to church. And these people are not from the continent of Africa. They don't even know Africa. But yet, these people contributed to meaningful organizations that you and myself can point to. Rigs, Lakiri, Baptist Relief, that have served our people. And so it dawned on me that common people can see the love of God and support around the world. And so when I was called upon, I'll be earnest with you, I see it as an opportunity that I'm fortunate to be called upon to give back to a continent that I'm from, a community for which I live in, a church for which I went to, a society of young men and women that today they are going astray. And guess what? I know some of them. If I don't know them in person, I know their family. So to come up here as a committee and share this committee, this convention with the mindset of bringing us together and giving back and supporting our church that will be able to go out in the society, go out in the community, and win so and tell some young man and a woman that Jesus loves you, that all is not lost, that you can still come back to the tune of grace because God is God and He's merciful. And so I take it from that point. And so this convention is important to me, not because of the title. It's important to me because I'm fortunate now, like many people that did not know Africa, to give back to my society and see how best I can help the church to reach out and win souls. And so that was the motivating factor for me. Now, coming to the convention, I would say the aim, we want to have this Zion Baptist Global Fellowship is Zion member outside of the of West Africa, and we are hoping to bring us together, fellowship, gather, and just give blessing to God. And secondly, to support our church, the work of the church, the work of God, God's kingdom building. And so we have a number of itinerary. We talk about the 24th, which will be our meet and greet, where people
the 24th of June, next month.
Yeah, the 24th of June. People will come in on that day and we will all welcome. It's the welcoming ceremony where you come in, welcome, we all marry and begin to get acquainted for those, because we have people over the stations, over the period decades that have left from our home and they have come. So at that point in time, people begin to get more acquainted and kind of crack joke. And we're going to spend the night just fellowshipping and having fun. And then on the 25th, we start
this
the
will be on Saturday, the 25th of June, beginning 9 a.m.
Yeah. So that morning, we're going to start with our business section. And in the business section is where we all, and this is where we need members to step up, because this is where we are going to discuss and strategize how can we make this thing work. It's not how Edwin Hayes can make it work, not how the Secretary General, Dr. Mayor, can make it work, how we all can sit and say how we want it done. What is the best way? And so we are calling and admonishing our people to come up, because that is where you're able to bring your smart ideas, bring your brilliant analysis to the floor and help us make this thing work. And that night, by 6:45, we're going to go into the ball. And now the ball is all about, it's a gathering ball, a reunion ball, where we all come together and begin to just give God praise and just have a ball and dance and
that's from 6:30 p.m. Friday. I just want us to, when we provide, even though folks, we will publish, and let me hold you there, Chairman Hayes. We will publish the flyer with all the itineraries so everybody can have it, so you can know the address, the time, everything Chairman Hayes is talking about running through is on the itinerary. And we will publish it so you can have that. Put it on my Facebook page. To always share it. They'll always publish it on theirs as well. But you can run through that, Chairman Hayes, and after you've done that.
Yeah, and so the intent of the ball is to help generate funds, and that we also want to fellowship, and have time that we can meet each other, get more acquainted, and move on. The ball ticket is $50 ordinary, and we have Patreon $100, which is couple. Basically, 2 person can come on it. And so the ticket is being sold for $50, $100, and you can come in at the ball, food and drink. Once you pay for your ticket, is free. You can drink and eat as much as you want. There is no limit. So once you pay that money, you're not going to purchase anything else. Okay. At the ball, we also had our rally. We got our rally coming on with the men first. And I'm an honorary secretary over the general. Dr. Mayor will also, and Brother Weathers will be spearheading the men. So the rally with the men and the women will be held at that point to kind of raise money to give back to the church. And then on Sunday will be our worship service, which is the 26th will be our worship service. And now if you know Zion Grove, when it comes to music and singing, At that point in time, we are hoping to have our choir there. The Zion Grove members that have served and in the choir will be congregating together for us to sing and just glorify God. At the end of that, we have our closing of the business session, a message from the executive chair, and we'll close up the business session. But the thing is, I want to reflect here to Zion Grove members and to our audience. It's not about us. It's about way in which we can give back to our community. The church nowadays, I'll emphasize, the church don't have to look far to evangelize. You go right behind our church in the graveyard, a place where we were young and were afraid to walk. Now it's the dwelling place for young men and women.
Yeah.
The young men and women are people
infested
we know.
with drugs.
People we know. The church don't have to look far. The church only need our support.
That's true.
And I tell what to the executive secretary.
Thank you so much, Chairman Hayes. Thank you for closing on that note. You are right. We used to be afraid to walk a certain hour to walk on the graveyard road, but today those boys are living there. Jesus. Let's go to Dr. Mayo. Dr. Mayo, what's the central theme of this convention, this Global Fellowship Convention of Zion Grove, in no other place but the city of Brotherly Love? What's the theme?
Okay,
what are we trying to accomplish?
So firstly, let me also extend thanks and appreciation to you, even though being a member of Zion Grove Baptist Church and having this great platform, I know with humility, you won't want us to thank you, but we want to say to you, we appreciate you, and we know all that you are doing for the community and for the Liberian society. Those things are impacting more people than you would think. So we really appreciate you. So when it comes to the Zion Grove Baptist Global Fellowship, the central theme here is we are gathered by love. We are gathered by love. And that came out of the church's own motto or vision statement, I would call it, the Church of Lofty Friendship. So we are gathered by love. And going back to Broadville, Zion Grove Baptist Church is a landmark. It's not just a church that just existing in a society where, when you talk about Broadville, there's no way for you to distinguish Broadville actually from Zion Grove Baptist Church. When you talk about LaCarrie, it's almost like you cannot distinguish LaCarrie from Zion Grove Baptist Church, because people who serve in the church, people who, are members of the church, either their kids themselves, they went to LaCarrie. People from the church also went to Rick's Institute. So we are trying to organize ourselves in the U.S. because the world is a global village. Right now, when you look all around the world, you see people, even Facebook, bring us together. And it's easy sometimes to send 1 or 2 cents back home on your own. But it will make a whole lot of impact if we collaborate, if we come together to do it together. So the whole idea here of Zion Grove Baptist Global Fellowship, that idea came about in 2018, where we decided, the executive committee chair, Brother Ephraim Johnson, the co-chair, Brother Maxine Peter, myself, and others came together and said, hey, we need to do something while we are here in the U.S. We need to do something to bring the Zion Grove Baptist Church members that are living outside of the U.S. together. And it has been a struggle even organizing because, there are generational gap. We all did not come to the U.S. the same time, and the church is a living church. People come and go. So sometimes when people hear that, oh, Brother Mayo, when I was at Zion Grove, I didn't know Brother Mayo, and Brother Mayo is organizing this thing. So it's easy to pick up the phone and call Brother Hayes and say, do you know Brother Mayo? He said, oh, yes, I know him. Hey, but he organizing this thing for Zion Grove. So, those kind of things have been like that generational gap. But when it comes to the church, no matter how long you have been out, no matter how early you have been in. What we need to do is to partner together to make the change, to make the impact for the society for which we came out of. It is not by mistake that we are here. It is not by mistake that we all came from Zion Grove Baptist Church. So for us to play our part and play it well, it will be for us to be able to unite by love in the city of brotherly love, to come together to do something that would be meaningful for the church and the Liberian society. It's one thing to say Zion Grove Baptist Church, but Zion Grove Baptist Church exists in the Liberian society. So the impact we will make in that community is an impact in the society, in the Liberian society. So if we impact people, as Chairman Hayes said, people living in the graveyard. My brother Prince Carlo and I, we went back home last year, 2021. One of our late brother, he also from Zion Grove, because we were not there for the funeral, we decided to go to the graveyard, to just go to his grave and just see, where he was lying. And we met young people living in the graveyard and said, oh, they try to tell us, oh, this grave is well protected. This grave, and I didn't get it. Why would you be in the graveyard and telling me that the grave is well protected? Oh, nobody gonna break into it. And even this big brother is our big brother. And all of what they were telling us, it was like they were trying to encourage us to make us to feel like they are part of us, which is true, even though they wanted a little thing from us. But I was broken to see young people living in the graveyard. That graveyard road, we never used to mess around it, when it comes to a certain time of the night. Just out of fear, you don't want to walk that back road. But nowadays, it's a dwelling place. It's a haven for young people who are gone astray from our society. So hopefully, we got series of programs, and every fund that we're going to raise is going to be towards something. We're not just giving money to the church to say, hey, yeah, it's money, but we'll be giving money to the church for specific events and programs and things that we know at the end of the day will have meaningful impact on the church, the broader community, and the Liberian society. So we are urging our members across the globe, we are urging them to please come. And if you cannot make it, which we highly encourage you to, but we got ways that you can support, we got ways that you can give, and your donations and contributions will be highly appreciated, and know that it's going to be used for the purpose for which we all decide that it's going to be used for. So
okay. Thank you very much there, Dr. Mayor. I just want to say something here, folks, that I am a member of the church, although Brother Hayes said it, but I need to say it myself, let it come out of my own mouth so you all know. And I'm a member of the church. And as a member of the church, they've designated me as the guy to help facilitate public relations. So this is part of my duty to this committee, serving in a humble way to publicize. I will be at all of the events. Friday, the 24th of June, the meet and greet, which will be held. We will, as I said, we will publish the flyer. The meet and greet will be held. Let me do a quick rundown there. In Collindale, PA, we'll give you the exact address. And on Saturday, the 25th of June, the business session will be held at the First Presbyterian Church in Lansdowne and Greenwood Avenues, Lansdowne, PA. And then on a Saturday in the evening from 6:30 p.m. to 12 midnight, a reunion ball will be held at the Crowned Creative Space located at 28 East Baltimore Avenue, Clifton Heights, all within PA, within just a few mile radius of each one of these locations. And then on Sunday, of course, the dress code will be formal attire. You can wear Western or wear African, no specific color. Then on Sunday the 26th at 11 a.m., Sunday the 26th of June, a divine worship service will be held at the First Presbyterian Church, the same place where the business session will be held on Sunday, and then we'll always safely go on our merry ways. And so, Chairman, Mr. Edwin S. Hayes is the chair of this convention committee, and Dr. Philibert Mayer is the Secretary General of the Zion Grove Baptist Global Fellowship in the United States. And this is their first annual convention, it must be said, happening in the city of Philadelphia. I will be there. And many people who you have not seen in years, we look forward to seeing them there. Now, what I was going to ask you guys for, Chairman Hayes, is that a phone number that people can easily reach. Now, for those, as Dr. Mayer said in his closing, we want to see you there to fellowship, to reunite and have fun together and share good old memories and reminiscence. But if for any reason you cannot be there, we will appreciate still your financial contributions. Therefore, we will provide information on how you can do that. Chairman Hayes, you want to provide a phone number or phone numbers that people can reach and get some details and stuff like that?
Yeah, we can take my number and the Secretary General, because we both are. So my number is 614.
Hold on, Chair. I'm trying to type it here. I'm trying to put it in here so that they can be able to. Okay.
614-806-9535.
Okay, so it is 614-806-9535.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I have it there. Chairman Edwin Hayes, and I'm going to pin it right here at the bottom of the screen.
And Costa, before you close, can I just say something?
Please.
And the theme for this year, Gary, the first anniversary is "Come, Let Us Build Together." Nehemiah 8. Come, let us build together. Not come, let Brother Mayor build and Brother Hayes, but come, let us together. Let's gather, let's assemble, and ask the Lord's blessing. Because great things God has done and greater things He will do.
Amen.
So let us say, and I leave with this: if I can help somebody as a pastor, Lord, then my living will not and shall not be in vain.
Amen.
Thank you, Brother
Amen. Dr. Mayor?
Yes,
so we're going to do another, Dr. Mayor, just before you come in, sir, we will do another interview before the convention, a week before the convention.
Yes.
We will do another interview with the team, Dr. Mayer, Chairman Hayes. Dr. Mayer is the Secretary General of the Zion Grove Baptist Global Fellowship Convention. This is their first annual convention, chaired by Chairman Hayes. Mr. Ephraim Johnson, good friend.
Yeah.
Good friend will probably join us for the next one.
Yeah.
The next interview here. But yes, come let's celebrate and come let's raise money for a good cause. The Church of Lofty Friendship. Let's go to Dr. Mayer for his parting comments.
So yeah, Brother Costa, once again, we appreciate you. And going by looking in the Broadville community, we never did anything just by one church, just by ourselves. So I want to encourage, members of the GDAME Church in the U.S., members of the Cartwright AME Zion Church, members of the Burnsville Salem Baptist Church, or just any church you may name in Broadville that are living in the U.S., come and partner with us. Come and fellowship with us. We will appreciate and you will be highly welcome if we meet you and see you at our convention or at any of our events. So we just want to throw that invitation out there. It's not only with the members of Zion Grove, but once you are from the Broadville community and you're living in the PA, the Delaware, the New Jersey area, or easy commute, even from Virginia, you know, we would highly appreciate if you can come and worship and fellowship with us. We are trying to do this for the best cause possible, and everything that we do, we are doing it unto the glory of God. Giving is one thing. It's easy to say, hey, give, but how can I give? We have those information will be given and will be posted. It's on, it will be on the flyer, the Zion Grove Baptist Church email address. The Global Fellowship email address is something that you can use on Cash App and on Zelle and be able to send your contribution, and it will go directly to our fellowship's account, and we'll be able to account for that money, and we'll be able to send you a text or a message thanking you and appreciating you for your contribution. So with that, again, I want to say thank you, and hopefully we'll be able to see you again on this platform a week to the convention.
Most certainly. Most certainly. Thank you so much, gentlemen. Chairman Edwin S. Hayes, the chair of the convention committee, and Dr. Philip Mayer, the executive secretary of the Zion Grove Baptist Global Convention, Fellowship Convention in the diaspora. And so save the dates from the 24th of June to the 26th of June. That's a weekend. We will be there to raise funds for a good cause and to fellowship and to just have a good time together. Thank you so much. God bless you all, gentlemen. I look forward to seeing you a week before the convention. Bye.
Thank you so much. Appreciate you.
All right, folks. So I will publish the flyer containing all the details, the addresses, the different times, the different events will be taking place. I see here Brother Samuel Kukai, Hollywood. Big Brother Samuel, is that your real name, your last name, Hollywood? Are you really called Hollywood? As in the movie, the capital of the film industry in America? I like that name, by the way, especially your middle name, Gokai. Samuel Gokai Hollywood. George, what's up?
Cool, boss. And you?
So your new AC working well, eh?
I enjoying it. Enjoying it. So how was the weekend?
My weekend was good. My weekend was good. How was the Mother's Day? What did you do for the woman? I saw the picture you took with the woman.
Oh,
the way you're looking at her face, they're like you had just given her Mother's Day gift, eh?
Yes,
How you were looking at her good,
man? I surprised her, boss. You know,
why you surprised the woman way?
I boss on things there, man. At the church, and I surprised her. Everybody was looking at me.
Oh wow, that's very good, man. Yeah, I see how you're looking. I see how you're looking at woman in a proud way, man. I said, yeah. I said, I know my begin joining and do something here. So the poor happy. They were very proud of you at the church.
Yeah, sure. Also, she also airing down to the pastor. You never knew that I could do some of the sound system. You never knew. To my surprise, he just called me in the office right after service. He said, I need you on board.
They want you to help with the sound system in the church.
Yep.
You see, so now you see, so the skills that you have learned from working with us, you are utilizing those skills now in the church, serving the Lord.
Yes.
That's very good, Josh. You must be a very proud man. Thank you, Josh. Thank you so much. Thank you for all you do. You know, and thanks to every one of you and Anthony and Tevez. The station manager who's back on board, future capacity station manager, Eduardo, working closely hand in hand with him as operations manager. I'm just incredibly grateful and blessed to have you all working with me to serve the team. Of course, Wakai, of course, my very able co-host. Okay, George, we will be back here tomorrow.
Okay.
Thank you, guys. Take care. Bye-bye.